Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. It goes on and yeah, something like that. But the adventures in life continue, and something that I'm sure you guys are all familiar with is that what goes up must come down. So let's roll the video. Okay, this doesn't seem like it was really that long ago when I made this video installing the solar on the van. And what it is 260 watt panels, so that's 320 watts. And that just never materialized. So you should expect at least 80% efficiency out of your panels. That means the 320 watts should give me 256 at 80% efficiency. And if you look at here, this is 164 watts. This is the result from the best output I ever got out of these panels, and usually it was much worse than that. So what goes up must come down. Here's my panels off the van, laying on the ground. You can see the front two lights I've got there, and then I built that little air dam in the front. So anyways, all that's taken off, and we are going to build a new solar panel array for the van. What we're looking at is 3 panels, 300 watt panels. So that's 300 watts. What we're taking off, the old, was 320. So this is actually a smaller solar setup than what was on there, except this is 3 panels and the other was 2. And these are half cells where the other were full cells, and maybe a little more efficient. But there definitely was something wrong with the old setup. And I went through all the wires, connectors, checked everything, and there were no cables longer than 2 or 3 feet going from the solar into the van. It's a small van, so I wasn't having a lot of line loss. The connectors were all good. There's just something wrong with those panels, so we've started over. We are bolting the panels together. They've got the aluminum frame, so here we're drilling out holes, and we're going to put bolts in all 3 panels and bolt them together. And if you also look right by my knee, the drill, there's a piece of angle aluminum there. Those rails are going to go down the sides, attaching all 3 panels together that way. And from there, it will attach to the roof rack on top of the van. Okay, so this is in series, which means these panels are 18 volts. So the 18 times 18 times 18 or whatever, no, 18 plus 18 plus 18. It should be about 54 volts. And the other was run the same, but it was only 2 panels, so that would have been 36 volts. So the Blue Eddy doesn't start charging until it hits 16 volts. So hopefully this setup here will hit 16 volts faster in the morning, and we can start charging earlier. Because with the old array that was up there, it was 10:30 in the morning sometimes before it would even start charging, and the sun comes up at 5 o'clock here. So I mean, about 4 or 5 hours of no power coming in because it wasn't hitting that 16 volt minimum that the Blue Eddy needs to start charging. So hopefully this will give us some improvement as far as that goes. So any of you doing the Vanlife camper van type thing, you know right off the bat that 300 watts of solar is not enough. It's not a lot. So when you're only getting 50% output from what you have, and you're sitting here basically at the equator where I am, and you're only getting 4 or 5 hours of sun a day to charge, or that's not 4 or 5 hours of sun, you're only getting, your panels are only charging 4 or 5 hours a day when the sun is constantly out. It just it's not enough. You can't even 300, 400, 500 watts of solar. It's not enough. You're making do. I also have DC to DC charging if it's needed, but then you're adding wear and tear onto the van, which you want to avoid that as well. So I'm hoping that these are better quality panels and that they will actually hit their 80% rating. Fingers crossed. And we'll finish building this and putting it together, and the next video will be the actual installation and testing and see how all of it does. This takes a little time to do because the extruded aluminum frames on the solar panels are a double extrusion, so it's 2 layers of aluminum you have to drill through, and then I'm adding this third piece, so I've got to drill through three different pieces of metal to get these rivets to go in, and I don't have the right I don't have the right drill bit, so I'm gonna have to hit it from both sides. But this here is looked at the finished product, and we'll just shake it around, see how it does. It looks sturdy enough for me, guys, so next video we'll get this on the van. Okay guys, so this is 2 parts, and this is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for the other half. Just run out of time, or run out of video, or run out of film. One of those things. Anyways, like, subscribe, share, follow along. Appreciate everybody who tunes in and checks things out. And the adventure continues, and we will wrap this up and actually show the installation of these panels on the next video. Take care. Bye.